Cup, or even going all the way without an elite playmaker. What Messi did at the last World Cup is a testament to this, just like Zinedine Zidane, Maradona, Roberto Baggio, and many others have done in the past. If Nigeria wants to make an impact at the next World Cup, and even stand a chance of doing better than Morocco did in Qatar 2022, finding the right playmaker is imperative. Noni Madueke at Chelsea is close to being lost to England, while Olise, also of Crystal Palace, are virtually also lost to France by playing for their youth team. Nigeria still has a chance of winning over some of these players if it recognizes the need and puts the country first in order to do everything necessary to lure them over to play for the Super Eagles. If many African teams have been able to get the best of their foreign-born players to play for their native country in recent times, why not Nigeria? The case of Ghana is worthy of note as the simple act of hiring a competent team of internationally respected coaches that includes Borussia Dortmund assistant coach Onabado as head coach, and ex-Newcastle United boss Chris Hughton as technical advisor was likely the key to Ghana getting players like Hudson Odoi and Antoine Semenyo, amongst others, to play for Ghana. In this video, we will focus on the playmaker role and will explore the potential midfield options that could help Victor Osimhen and Nigeria flourish at the next World Cup, and even possibly going all the way. Here are the potential options for Nigeria in the playmaker role as it plans towards the next World Cup and onwards. Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke is 21 years old and stands at 6 feet tall. He played for England at youth level and is close to a call-up to the England senior team, so Nigeria has to act fast if they want to stand a chance of winning him over. He currently plays for Chelsea after a recent move from PSV, and has shown flashes of brilliance that suggests his being a great player with a few years of further development. Noni Madueke has the qualities that Nigeria needs in this role as he is a creative, very technical and physically strong left-footed midfielder. He is able to read situations, get to the right positions, and be in the right place. Though he presently plays as a right-sided midfielder, his attributes and versatility suggest that he can play the role of a playmaker in the center of midfield for Nigeria. He has also played this role in England's youth team, so should not be a difficult transition for him. He has been known to hold onto the ball for a bit too long, but is not unusual at his age and level of development, which was similarly said of Nigerian soccer legend J.J. Okocha in his earlier years. Olise. Olise, who is 22 years old and stands at 6 feet tall, was born in Hammersmith, London. He is a highly regarded midfielder who currently plays for Crystal Palace in the English Premier League. Although he has represented France at the youth level, Olise is eligible to play for Nigeria due to his Nigerian heritage. With his exceptional dribbling skills, creativity, and ability to score from distance, Olise has the potential to bring a new dimension to the Super Eagles midfield. Olise is a left-footed attacking midfielder who can play as a number 10, or either side of this position as a left or right-sided attacking midfielder. He is noted for his ability to quickly play passes that carve open defenses. His first touch is good, and he has a good awareness of what is happening around him. Olise has a good range of passing which he can use often to play in behind the opposition defense, or switch the angle of attack. He is capable of turning quickly with good acceleration and change of pace, even when he is dribbling in very tight spaces or running with the ball. However, his physical attributes suggest he still needs some more development before he can fit into this role for the Super Eagles. Dele-Bashiru. Dele-Bashiru is 23 years old, stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall, and plays as an attacking midfielder for EFL Championship club Watford. He played for England at youth level and was part of Nigeria's under-20 team at the World Cup in 2019. With his physical attributes and technical abilities, he is a good candidate for this role. He has good dribbling skills, is strong and stays on his feet, but could do better with long passes. According to Dele-Bashiru's former coach at Reading, Dele is a very creative, clever, and talented young player, and a player that gives his best, stays positive, overcomes adversity, and will never give up. Exactly what Nigeria needs in the Super Eagles midfield looking towards the next World Cup. Ovie Ejaria. Ovie Ejaria is 25 years old and stands at 6 feet tall and is an attacking midfielder that plays for Reading in the British EFL Championship. He grew up in the Arsenal and Liverpool youth system and played for the English youth teams up to the under-21 level. Ejaria is a very skillful and tactical player with the ability to produce magic on his good day, but he is not very physical and can consistency and fitness seems to be an issue for him. His physical attributes and his career progression so far, partly due to injury spells, puts questions to his eventual impact if he eventually laces his boots for the Super Eagles. He has been considered as a possible option in this role for Nigeria for some time and committed his future to Nigeria in 2020. But the Nigerian Football Federation has questions to answer about what happened to the processing of his passport to allow him play for Nigeria after all the efforts by Gernot Rohr to finalize the switch. He is another example of how football FAs in Africa have questions to answer regarding the switch of nationality for foreign-born nationals. Future prospects include Ebenezer Akinson-Miro. A prospect for the future as playmaker in the Super Eagles is 18-year-old Ebenezer Akinson-Miro, who stands at 5 feet 7 inches, plays for Inter Milan's under-19 team. He was signed from the Nigerian Premium League on a 4-year contract in 2023 and was an unused substitute as Inter Milan won its 9th Coppa Italia Cup. He is a highly regarded young talent as Inter Milan had to beat out the likes of Juventus, Real Madrid, and Benfica to his signature. Akinson-Miro has been showing his talent at Inter Milan, but opportunities in the first team have been limited, which is to be expected due to his age. At the next World Cup, he will be 21 years old and should be right for a role in the Super Eagles if his development stays on track. Mbappe was just 19 when he announced himself to the world and played a role in helping France win the World Cup in 2018. Eduardo Camavinga of Brazil, Ansu Fati of Spain, and Jamal Musiala of Germany are 20 years old at the present World Cup, so age should not be a limiting factor. Ethan Nwaneri. Though just 16 years old and the youngest player to ever debut in the Premier League at the age of 15, Ethan has the potential to be a solution for Nigeria as an attacking midfielder. Ethan is 5 feet 6 inches tall presently, plays for Arsenal, and is a prodigious talent with an innate capacity to receive and dribble with the ball at his feet, while also contributing defensively. He is comfortable in both wide and central roles, definitely one for the future, and Nigeria has to monitor his progress with the possibility of winning him over to play for the Super Eagles. At the next World Cup, he will be 19 years old and stands a better chance of playing at that World Cup for Nigeria than for England. Even if it is just a bit far, so the NFF needs to start selling that as a way to lure him over if it is to stand a chance before he fully develops. While the loss of Eberechi Eze is undoubtedly a blow to Nigeria's Super Eagles midfield, and possibly a further loss of some of the just mentioned, there are still several quality options available among existing players. Alex Iwobi, Joe Arabo, and Ogunakaro Etebo bring a range of qualities and experience to the team, but Nigeria must start planning for the near and not so distant future if it is to make an impact in the next World Cup, especially with the aging of the present generation and their possible further decline in forming impact they can have in the Super Eagles in the next few years. Player career longevity is never certain, and so it must start to form the habit of bringing in younger players into the fold earlier rather than later. If Nigeria is to make an impact in the next World Cup, it must explore the diaspora in Nigeria for talent to take over from the present generation. The performance of Algeria at the last Nations Cup is a perfect example of how fast a very formidable team can start to decline in performance with age, so the team needs to build a credible recycling system for players rather than using players until well into their retirement age. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, please leave a comment and let us know what you think about our summation and which other possible playmaker for the Super Eagles of Nigeria we may have overlooked. Do look forward to a subsequent video where we will look at the defensive midfield role and explore the options available to Nigeria as a backup to Wilfred Ndidi, as well as options for the future. See you in the next video.